What's up, hockey fans? Welcome to a very special episode of Pod Snipe Celly. Joel has already taken his headphones off and is walking out of the shot. Joel, what are you doing there?
No, you told me to stand by, so I said I'd stand.
Oh, well, I guess there is that.
Hello, everybody.
Here I thought you were trying to provide a partial eclipse replication.
I was.
You're wearing the black shirt. You're standing in the way of the sun.
I was.
It kind of worked.
It's actually that's exactly what I was trying to reference. And I totally just, wanted you to get that. And that's exactly what I was trying to do.
It is the age of Joel Aquarius.
I'm in retrograde right now.
You're always in retrograde.
I'm not exactly sure what I just said right there either.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is Dan Bradley. Alongside me is Joel Fernino. Joel, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I am doing fantastic. I think spring is finally here, so that's pretty nice. How about you, Dan? How you doing?
You know, it was a rainy and cloudy day here today, but like in the 60s, so can't complain.
That's the thing. It was sunny and almost hit 70 here. Of course, I go into the office on Tuesday, so I can't complain, actually. We have a rooftop that I walked on, so never mind.
I was almost hoping that like we could have pushed off the rain until Friday because I joined my wife's company softball team.
Oh, damn!
The field that we played on last week was so dry that like any ball hit into the infield would not slow down at all. It was like bouncing it off a wall and would just sail into the outfield on a grounder.
My name's Dan Bradley, and I hit dingers.
I got on base once in 2 at-bats, and I scored one of our 3 runs as we lost 19-3.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we're bad, but we have fun. That's what counts.
You know who you sound like?
Go on.
Because you did all the work and got all of the points, but still got your ass kicked. You sound like Connor Bedard.
See, here's the thing. I provide no offensive upside to my game. I'm all
I'm the
opposite of Connor Bedard.
You had an RBI, right? You said
I scored a run. I came across the plate and I scored the run. Somebody else drove me in.
Okay,
I got on with a walk. That's like the secondary assist of scoring a run.
No offense and getting an easy tap-in goal. That sounds like Brock Faber.
Faber doesn't get tap-in goals. He's not playing in front of the net.
I triggered you.
No, you're just saying something dumb, and I'm calling you out on it.
Mark is here. Let's fucking go. One of my favorite times of the week. Ours too, Mark. Ours too. So, Cyclones, hopefully you boys can cheer me up from food poisoning.
Oh, no.
And the U.S. women's nationals team being down 1-0 to Canada. We'll talk a tiny bit about that. But food poisoning. What'd you eat? Entertain me. What? Well, hey, I am at least a hockey platypus. Dance, puppets, dance.
HP saying you walked in slow. Yes, I did, because the pitch was 1.5 feet off the plate, and you can't step like over or onto the plate to swing, unfortunately.
So how close was the tee to you?
I wish there was a tee. I might have actually gotten a hit.
I say as I'm actually god awful at everything baseball related. So,
but it's fun. That's what it's about.
Fun fact, actually, real quick before we get into it, and this is hockey related. Fun fact that you might not have known about me.
Mm-hmm.
Any sport that involves like not just your hands, so like any sport that involves a bat, a stick, anything like that, I am lefty.
You are, and you right-handed, but
I'm right-hand dominant. That's why it's interesting that. But for sports,
shoot left, you golf left, you bat left,
shoot left, golf left. I've been known to attempt to switch hit, but usually left is way better than the right. So that's a fun fact. Anyway,
how was your view of the eclipse?
I didn't look at it because I didn't want to burn my corneas and go blind.
Smart.
That sounds very hypochondriac and lame, but I was like, well, I don't have the glasses. I also heard a lot of the glasses started to get recalled literally the day of, so it doesn't really matter for me on that one. And yeah, I mean, did you buy them on Amazon?
They did come on Amazon. They were gifted to us by a family friend.
Those were the ones that were getting recalled. So if all of a sudden Dan can't click on anything to help the show out, it's because he went blind.
Skill issue.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
But no, I viewed it from literally right here. I worked from home yesterday and just watched as my living room got considerably darker, even though it was 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it didn't get a whole lot darker. We had like 80% totality, which was still really cool to see.
Oh yeah, you would have been in a better, like, Chicago didn't get, like, we,
you know where I would have been in really great shape? In Cincinnati, which would have been right in the path. So
yes, exactly.
I think Cincinnati had like near 100%, if not 100% for
the only place in Illinois that had it is Carbondale, Illinois, which is it's like 6 hours south of here.
Yeah, it's a place. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, hopefully everyone enjoyed it and can still see. And they don't.
I kind of want to segue that too. This isn't the only time that we've had to deal with the sun this week.
Oh my God, that was totally not planned. I swear to God, it wasn't.
Because there was some issues in the Washington Capitals game the other day, and I'm going to get it up on the screen here. Take a look at this and see what's going on here. This is the Capitals and the Ottawa Senators, first period of the game. Fans are still getting into their seats. And if you look at Senators goaltender Joonas Korpisalo, he kind of can't see the puck there. A lot of sun coming in through that one opening, that one entrance to the seating level. It looked for a minute like they were going to have people like standing in the way until they got the curtain closed, but those are just fans coming into the seats.
Yeah, they're just
that high up.
Those fans had no idea the incredibly important part they could have played right there.
They absolutely could have, and they kind of did for a minute. Saw the players standing around going, what's going on? And everybody's down on the ice. We can't see him. Like, you can see the referee chuckle a little bit, commenting on how ridiculous that was. Thank goodness that they were able to see it and stop play before Korpisalo or anybody else blinded by the light gets a puck and gets hurt.
Blinded by the light.
That's 2 song references off the top of the show. We're not even 10 minutes in. We're firing on all cylinders, boys.
You know what? Here's the thing. Korpisalo didn't have his special glasses on, so his career
there you go. Over. The problem is the puck is the same color as the glasses, though, so that part might be worse.
The puck is also the same color as what the eclipse would look like if you looked straight at it.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
Point being, don't look directly at an eclipse.
Yeah, don't look directly at an eclipse. Talking to you, Donald Trump. Anyway.
Anywho.
Hold on. People are agreeing with me. Oh, well, not agreeing with me, but Mark writes left, throws lefts, and bats and plays hockey right. So we are the same thing, just switched. As a former goaltender for over 35 years, I catch with my right hand. So it's funny he brings that up. I've tried to catch, like, not goalie. I've never once, nor will I ever try to play goalie. Baseball related or like softball, whatever it was. I've tried to catch righty or like have the mitt in my right hand, and it feels so awkward.
It's so difficult.
I can't do it. So it's
Yeah, my little brother was he would throw baseball, whatever. He would throw lefty, I would throw righty. And anytime we tried to switch gloves, just like to mess around, like, it would not go well for either of us.
Right. Hold on, Cyclones fans onto something. Invest in a mask that isn't reflective gold for. Yes,
I mean, there's that too.
However, they took away the visors or the tinted visor. It would have came in handy.
We have some stick taps.
Yes, we do.
That we need to get to as well. And how about this? I actually remembered to bring the stick for stick taps this week.
Yes. Tap it.
So starting off, stick taps for Caitlin Clark and for South Carolina women's basketball, the 3 most watched women's college basketball games of all time, Iowa versus LSU, Iowa versus UConn, and then the national championship game. Shattering records, elevating the game. Love it for Caitlin Clark. South Carolina able to get their redemption with a perfect season and a national championship to boot. So stick taps all around for women's college basketball. Joel, you had a stick tap as well.
Well, yeah. First off, Caitlin Clark, the goat. The goat. I don't. You can miss me with that shit of she didn't win. She's the goat. She's the absolute goat, and now she's going to go to. I know there was talk. I think the Sky picked 3rd in the WNBA draft this year. I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
There was some not like serious talk. It was more of just like man, this would be kind of neat. Like kind of neat if they found a way to trade up to that one overall.
They would need to trade every draft pick they have for the next 3 years to make that happen, and even then, that might not be enough.
And guess what? I would do it.
Absolutely. Chicago would do it.
The revenue that you would gain alone is worth those draft picks. Absolutely. In just revenue and team revenue, team exposure. I mean, we had one of the GOATs win the championship in Candace Parker with us. So, like,
yeah,
that's something. So, I don't know. I think it'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. That was talked to here. Like, where would she rank current for like the current most famous Chicago athletes? And she'd be pretty much probably, I mean, it would literally just be, but look, it's a done deal. Caleb Williams is getting drafted by the Bears. So it would literally go like Caleb Williams, Connor Bedard, Caitlin Clark, all like right up there. And that's pretty much it. Women's sports, baby. I mean,
you love to see it.
Yeah.
Cyclones fan saying, please God, let her go to WNBA and Indy. Yeah, Indy has the first.
No, they wouldn't. I know.
There's no chance.
No.
And HP is adamantly against Caitlin Clark going to Chicago. Chicago's already got enough superstars. They're fine.
We have one. And he's only 18. Technically, the one we're about to draft in the NFL, we don't know if he's going to be a superstar or not. We don't know.
Certainly seems like he's going to be.
God, I hope. Just once. Just for God's sakes, just give us one. One good QB for the love of God. Anywho, yes, Dan, I have a stick tap as well. It's documented. I am a massive wrestling fan. So the wrestling industry is the coolest it's ever been. Sticks taps to the literal. It's not even just figurative anymore. It was the biggest WrestleMania of all time this weekend. Night 1 and night 2 both delivered. I've been watching this stuff since I was like 4 years old, and it was absolutely the best WrestleMania I have ever seen in my life. It got me emotional. One good QB. Shut your mouth, HP. We don't speak that name. To be fair, he got victimized in that Super Bowl, but he also sucked. Anyway.
But WrestleMania. Yes. Yeah, go ahead and finish the story.
Finish the story. Cody Rhodes ending the 1,316-day WWE Championship reign of Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is also the GOAT. What he without that reign. What?
Hold on.
What?
We're gonna call Roman Reigns the GOAT.
Yes, he's one of the GOATs. Absolutely.
One of I will give you the GOAT.
Well, who's your wrestling GOAT?
Oh man, that's tough.
Because for me, it was John Cena. But looking at what Roman Reigns did with that reign, and I could go on and on about this. Like I wish we had a wrestling podcast. I would do that separately. Maybe I'll do that. Tease. He single-handedly carried not just the company of WWE, but the wrestling industry on his back throughout COVID and out of COVID, and like made like that storyline with him going the better part of 3.5 years without getting that title taken off of him was the best story that they have ever done, ever.
My only thoughts would be just a couple of the OGs, if you will. when you're talking about guys like Bret Hart
Oh,
or Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
When you start adding those guys in, GOAT of the modern era, I could certainly understand that argument.
No, I know. It's people are all, even the names that you're mentioning are calling him like and actually, here we go. Cyclones fan, absolutely. Rhea fucking Ripley is the absolute, is my GOAT because I'm gay and don't actually watch wrestling. She's just hot. You know what? That's okay because mommy is always on top. For no one who watches wrestling, that's Rhea Ripley's slogan. So I just sounded fucking weird right there, but that is her slogan. Go Google it or YouTube it. Mean Gene and Andre the Giant, RIP to two legends right there. I mean, look, maybe I want to do an episode on wrestling in the offseason at this point, like the Iron Sheik. Yeah, I just stick taps to I know we got to get to hockey.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
Cream rises to the top,
and I am the cream of the crop. All right, but anyway, stick taps to the best WrestleMania ever from a numbers perspective. Too, I see Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan getting mentioned in HP's comments. Yes, they are amazing for more reasons than one. But awesome to see Cody Rhodes finish the story, and then the biggest tag team match ever of the night one main event with The Rock tagging with Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, who like The Rock is The Rock. He's the biggest star on earth. But the other three names I just mentioned are like the absolute best of the best in the industry running right now. So it was amazing. It was so cool. John Cena showed up. The Undertaker showed up. Spoiler. It's so cool. Wrestling is fun. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. Jump on the train if you're not on it.
Cyclones fan is going to absolutely love this episode because we are also going to go talk about women's hockey, Team USA, Team Canada, IIHF Women's World Championships. Final game for both teams in the pool play round, determining their order in the standings. Game goes to overtime, tied 0-0.
Yeah, this is.
And then we have a little controversy here in overtime. See if you can spot the controversy.
A little.
But just a little.
Going around the corner.
Canada with the puck. Whoop. Down they go. Team USA. Back the other way.
Bang!
And then Kirsten Sims into the net for the goal. Game-winning goal. 1-0 win for Team USA. With that win, USA finishes on top of Group A, 1 point ahead of Canada. Side note, somehow we ended up with USA, Canada, Czechia, and Finland all in Group A. And in Group B, Germany, Sweden, China, Denmark, Japan. I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say just a little bit lopsided on those pools there.
Just a tiny bit. And you know what? I love this because we're talking about, was it a trip? Was it not a trip? And quite frankly, I'm with Cyclones fan on this one. Eat shit, Canadians. It wasn't a trip. To me, it kind of looks like she just lightly slashes her shin and then delayed and then goes down. Clearly she probably knew, I'm going to sell the fuck out of this because she just slashed me in the shin / right above the ankle. I haven't seen a better dive since I watched the Summer Olympic Games 4 years ago. Shout out France Olympics this summer.
Yeah, that's Paris Olympics. Going to be fun.
Joey tuning in on Twitter. That's different.
Well, we're still out of commission on Facebook.
He's usually on YouTube, I think. Or
he's usually Facebook.
Or I'm very wrong. And hold on a second. I got to back up. I got to derail 1 quick second. Mark, living in Ansbury, which you've told us before, Cena did grow up across the river in West Newbury. Your wife knows his family very well. Mark, I would pay you copious amounts of whatever the hell you want to get me to meet John Cena somehow. That was my hero growing up. I lived off John Cena, Stone Cold, 2 different generations. I get it, but Stone Cold, John Cena, Randy Orton. I'd love to meet him. I want to meet Cody Rhodes. Dude's just a really cool guy. Edge. I'd love to meet Edge. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that
Edge is a big Maple Leafs fan. There's the tie-in on hockey. He's a big Maple Leafs fan.
The 2 angles that I've seen, and we just showed them both in that clip, it does look like the stick comes across the skate blades, which by definition would be a trip. But
it doesn't, though.
It
looks like I feel like, and I get it, the angle that we looked at, you and I looked at it, and we can't really do it live on here because it'll lag, with the stream and everything. But go look it up, whoever's watching right now or listening, because, like, to me, what you're referencing is in that frame where you see, like, the stick blade is at the skate blades, at least close to them. To me, they're only there because that's when she's lifting up her stick off the ice to do the little kind of slash or poke or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Let me see if I can get like to the frame here of like.
Yes, the HP. I mean, Dominic Toretto's brother, John Cena.
Like it clearly bounces off the skate blade of one defender. Then there's the reach with the second.
This is where I agree with Cyclones fan too. Like this is exactly what it looks like to me too. Looks like she hits her skate at least maybe like the top of her toe type of thing at the very lowest, and then the Canada player loses her edge and independently or sells. And I don't know. In close plays like this, when it comes to tripping, I think I tend to lean towards the sell, but I don't know.
Okay, so watch the skater's right skate right here. So we get the one contact there.
Yeah. And that's
then we get second reach there.
Oh, I see the blade. I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so there's the one hit there.
Yep.
There's the second one there.
I was looking more at the shaft of the stick, not the blade.
Yeah, it's blade on blade, and it's coming across the right skate, but catching perhaps the left blade, and you see the skate kind of kick out there at that moment of contact.
Ooh, hold on though. Hold on. Now do that. Now go through real quick. Go ahead. Go through.
Okay.
So to me, it almost looks like when the blade is at that level, it swings through. There's a follow through there. It's not like it looks like it gets impeded by the blade of her skate. So our angle, it's tough to tell. I love that we're able to do this back. We need the little we need the little marker thing that like Pat McAfee does.
Yeah. We need that, and we need the alternate angle because like the corner cam.
Well, also like, look, here's the thing, and you know me, I will never give a ref the benefit of the doubt when they get something wrong. But look at where the ref is.
It literally could not be positioned better to make a call or no call there.
That ref is staring at their feet. So like either that ref stared directly into the eclipse or it's not a tripping and this angle just sucks. And yes, I'm fully aware the eclipse happened after this game happened. To the people that are like, it happened before. I know.
So
take
from that what you will. We love a little controversy.
Oh yeah. What? No. Be strong on your skates. Ref is right there. That's what I'm saying. It's HP the stick bounces off her right skate, which causes her to lose balance. Like, I get it. Mark, at that angle, she still needed to touch the puck. So with no puck contact, it's a call in my opinion. Canadian fans will take any excuse for why they lost to Americans. Couldn't possibly be that we're better. No. Ref had USA money line. So did Shohei Ohtani. Swing!
$4.5 million. Amazing.
I'm on it today, man. I'm on it. I'm making fun of people.
Joel, I think it's time for your new favorite segment.
Oh, this early into the show. I mean,
this early into the show.
It makes sense. Like, look, guy, everyone watching, all 13, that's a low. Come on. We were at 40 last week. Let's pick this up.
Not being on Facebook is hurting our numbers. I think there's not the translation over to YouTube that we normally see.
I mean, I guess that's fair. We gotta link the YouTube link a hell of a lot more, which you did on Facebook. I know you did, but
yep.
I mean, it also. But all I'm saying is this does kind of make sense. Today's pretty much the last day of like, not much going on. Yeah, not much going on. So, did you do a gummy, Joel? You do have a little pep in your step. So I meant to introduce that at the beginning of the show. I did not. I am going to do it. I think I can promise it next week. This week I cannot, because if anybody notices, I am building a computer and I'm going to finish that tonight, and I kind of need to be less giggly.
Fair.
When finishing that. I was going to say sound of mine, but you're very sound of mine. Anyway, not much to talk about. So fuck yeah, let's just rank the blank.
Yeah, we're kind of right between the end of the regular season. We just talked last week on the chaos that is the Eastern Conference right now, and it only got worse. We now have 4 teams within 1 point of a playoff spot. So, although
Dan, I offer this, we didn't talk about our teams facing each other.
We didn't. How did I go 26 and a half minutes without bringing up one?
That's wild.
Jesper Wallstedt getting a shutout in his second career start.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Marco Rossi and Brock Faber both outscoring Connor Bedard in that game. And number 3, holding Connor Bedard to 1 shot on goal for the course of that game. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's all right. You can have your meaningless win in April against a team that might get first overall again.
It literally couldn't be bothered. We beat you.
That's fine.
Any win against Chicago is a good win in my book.
Where are you drafted?
Probably like 15th.
Oh, that's cute.
That's fine. We'll get Michael Brenzig-Nigord to be fine.
I bless you.
T.J. Ginla.
Do you need a tissue? You sneezed.
T.J. Ginla.
No. I wasn't talking about T.J. Ginla, which we might get T.J. Ginla. Don't worry about it.
No, not allowed.
We might. We might steal another pick in that 20th overall that the Lightning so graciously gifted us for Brandon Hagel. Got us Oliver Moore. But yes, I was very wrong. I really thought we would play a little, which we had been playing pretty well up until that game, and then that game. That's all right. Brock Faber is, the Norris winner. You should just give him the Hart Trophy at this point, right?
It might as well.
Yeah.
Joel, let me ask you here.
Bobby or who? All I know is Brock Faber.
For Rank the Blank this week.
I'm excited.
Your category is,
oh shit,
which player age 23 or under would you most want to build a team around?
Whoa, that's a fun one.
This is a very fun one, and I really had to get creative with putting this one together.
Who I'd want to build under the age of that? That's
yep. So they are age 23 or under,
and I'm building my team around them.
You're building your team around this player.
It's so interesting before you get into the names too, because it's like with the whole, like I guess some of them aren't rookies, obviously, but rookie revolution that we see with all the younger players like breaking out as superstars. Like, I feel like you had a giant pool to pick from here.
Kind of, yeah. There's a lot of good young talent in this league. And even more coming over the next 2 years, just some outstanding draft classes. So we could ask the same question again this time next year and have an entirely different list, especially because only 2 of the players on this list are currently 23. So you could have some carryover. You could have some that would age out and be off of the list.
Makes it fun.
We're going to start with Matty Beniers.
Ooh. Shit.
Yeah, this is going to get really entertaining.
Oh. All right, hold on.
Let me throw some numbers at you to help you out here.
I mean,
to this point in his career, Beniers is 21, 161 games played, 100 points, 41 goals, 59 assists.
14 and 20 on the season this year.
Yep.
10.
Yeah, Seattle has not been good this year.
No, that's a big fall off. I really thought that they would kind of at least keep their little bubble streak they've kind of had.
Yeah, they kind of found the happy medium between year 1 and year 2 with this year's numbers.
All right, HP, let's settle down here. Yeah. All right. Okay. You know what? Yeah. With that logic, just tell me his plus minus, because if he's a -10, he clearly sucks at life. I mean, plus minus is, the be all end all of stats, apparently. God, you Minnesotans. You're all so kind.
I have thrown 10,000 numbers at you about Bedard versus Faber.
And I'm not.
You don't care about any of them outside of points.
I care.
That's all I'm saying.
I care about all of it. But when it comes to the Calder, I'm sorry. That's how it goes. The highest scoring rookie gets it. Cry about it. Anyway. Plus, even
where are you putting Matty Beniers on the list?
I actually, believe it or not, hot take 4.
4. Okay.
He's not to 5 because I think he's got a really good upside. Clearly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. All of these guys have good upside. Let's make that clear too.
Yeah. Will I regret not putting him at 5? I don't know. We'll find out. But
we'll find out. Second one on the list, Lucas Raymond.
Lucas Raymond. I don't regret Matty Beniers at 4 because I'm going to put him at 5.
You're going to put Lucas Raymond at 5.
Yeah, he's solid. I'm not building my team around Lucas Raymond.
For what it's worth,
I was going to say we go through numbers for every one of them. I haven't pulled up to.
Yeah, Lucas Raymond, 233 games in his career, 66 goals, 99 assists, 165 points. This year alone, 26 goals, 37 assists, 63 points.
Pretty good.
Solid numbers.
He's a -66 on his career, though, so clearly he's garbage. Could trade him for a 7th-round pick. Anyway. I'm putting him at 5.
Interesting. Okay.
Definitely. I'm not this is I'm building my core around this player. Mm-hmm. That's what I take this as.
That's correct.
Lucas Raymond's good. He's solid. I'm compared to Matty Beniers, at least right now. I would rather build around Matty Beniers.
Well, I shouldn't say number 3. I should say the third player on our list, because I don't want to influence where you're picking guys here or what you're doing. The third entry on this list, Seth Jarvis.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Jarvis on the season, 78 games, 29 goals, 33 assists for 62 points, plus 18 if you're into plus minus. 228 games, 60 goals, 81 assists, 141 points in 228 games.
Ooh.
Where are you putting Jarvie?
Do you by chance have his face-off percentage? I do. Career 44.8. Damn, pretty solid. 45 this year. Very solid.
It's a little under, but still manageable.
Solid.
Not in the 34.6 he was at last year, but Carolina kind of uses him as a hybrid center and winger, so he can kind of play either side, really.
How old is he? 21?
He's 22.
22. Oh man, this is tough.
So for context on that face-off percentage, last year he took 26 total face-offs. This year that number has gone way up, and I can't do 154 plus 183 in my head at the drop of a dime like that.
337.
Yep. So he's taken 337 face-offs this year.
Jeez. Oh man. This is about to be very weird, but I'm gonna have 5, 4, and 3 filled before we get to the other two. I'm gonna put them at 3.
Interesting.
I know the way you're saying it is telling me that I was really teetering between 2 and 3. I'm gonna take the gamble and put them at 3.
Number 4 on our 4 out of 5, Dylan Cousins. On the year, Cousins with the Buffalo Sabres, 15 goals, 28 assists for 43 points. On his career, 276 games, 63 goals, 99 assists for 162 points. He is 3 points behind Lucas Raymond with 43 more games played.
Oh boy! Well,
this is part of the
blind, yeah.
Yeah, this is part of when you do it blind, and you'll totally get to revisit this afterwards and decide where your list falls.
I'm already regretting putting when I was teetering between 2 and 3 for Seth Jarvis.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? We're gonna have fun and keep the trend going and put him at 2.
Okay.
Let's see who we got at number 1.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it up on the screen because it is already in. And I will let you react to who player in your number 1 spot.
Stay off the weed.
Number 1 on the list.
Cole. I am okay with it. I am okay with that. That is good. I would have put him at 1 if you put him up before that.
See, I don't really know about
now,
this one.
However, I might switch Jarvis and Cousins.
Okay. What if I told you that despite being 2 years younger, Seth Jarvis only has 2 fewer career points than Cole Caulfield? How would that change your list? Are you still going Caulfield?
I'm still going Caulfield. Caulfield's on a worse team.
77 goals, 66 assists, 143 points, -41.
He's on
200 games played.
I mean, he's on a bad Montreal team,
I mean, he is.
Versus Jarvis, who he's on the Hurricanes, who are a perennial cup contender since he's come into the league.
Right. But he's also kind of been in that middle 6 type role.
That's because they're deep.
They are. They're a very deep team. That's why they're one of the favorites to win the cup this year. Time on ice for Jarvis in his career, just under 14 minutes his first year, just over 16 minutes in year 2, and now year 3, 18:47 a night.
Also, based on what I've just watched 2 live, I actually take it back. I might keep Cousins at 2, switch Matty Beniers and Seth Jarvis now that I'm thinking about it a little more.
Okay.
Just because I think I undercut Matty Beniers a little bit there.
So you would go, if you got the chance to do this again, you would go Caulfield 1, Cousins 2, Beniers 3, Jarvis 4, Raymond 5.
Say that again. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
So you're saying if you were to do this again, and now having seen these 5 players, you would go Caulfield 1, Cousins 2, Beniers 3, Jarvis 4, Raymond 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 and 2 stay the same.
Interesting. When I put this list together for myself, I put Matty Beniers at number 1. I had Lucas Raymond at number 2. Seth Jarvis at number 3. Dylan Cousins at number 4. And Cole Caulfield at number 5.
Wow. Someone doesn't like Cole.
It's not that I don't like Cole. I was honestly livid when we passed on Cole Caulfield and took Matt Boldy instead. I have since somewhat reversed course.
Yeah, I would backpedal on that one, my guy.
Boldy has been very good. You put somebody who shoots the puck as often as Caulfield does on the Wild, that's pretty much an ideal fit. And he could play on the opposite side of Kaprizov, whereas Boldy, that would be his off wing.
Mm-hmm.
So Caulfield could be on his correct wing and play on a line with Kaprizov, no issue.
Right.
And if you think Caulfield can score now, you put him on Kaprizov's line with Joel Eriksson Ek up the middle.
Yeah.
That is the highest scoring line in hockey outside of the McDavid line. And maybe even including the McDavid line, honestly. Like, it's up there. So that is rank the blank for this week.
One.
I think that might be the best one yet. We've only done it for 3 weeks, but
yeah.
That might be my favorite one so far. Maybe next week. Well, not to spoil anything. Maybe we do this the next 2 weeks with defensemen and goaltenders.
Oh. Well, I mean, we could do 2 of them. I could do those back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could do that for next week's show.
All right, that makes sense.
Cool. I'll do my homework and I'll pick some good ones on that one.
2-1 Carolina over the Bruins right now. I'm just catching. I'm just catching up with comments. No, I did not do a gummy, and I feel bad about it. I promised everybody I would, and I didn't. So I will do it next week. I'll do it next week.
Seekline would go nuts. Caulfield, Eriksson, Ek, Kaprizov. That's deadly.
Question, because I'm catching up with the comments.
Mm-hmm.
What year did Moritz Seider win the Calder again? Is that 22?
That was 21.
21. That's what it was. Okay. I had to pull something up.
Oh, no, it was 22. Sorry. So 2 years ago.
No, you were right. It was just 22. That's what you said, right? Or 21. 21, 20.
Because 22 was Matty Beniers.
It was the 21, 22.
21 with Kaprizov, 22 with Seider, 23 Beniers. Still amazing. This is only year 4 for Kaprizov. Like, it feels like he's been in the league so much longer than he has.
Yeah, because there's a comment in here. HP. Where'd it go? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So did Moritz Seider have the most points when he won? No, he did.
No, he did not.
He did. However,
he was way up there.
Yeah. However, he also, Moritz, he was a lot closer in points. I think it was like a 3-point difference, if I remember correctly. You and I literally did an episode about it.
Because we did.
Let me get Trevor Zegras didn't win it.
Let me get the numbers here. So Zegras had 61 points.
Moritz had 50.
Moritz Seider had 50. So he was 11 behind.
Okay. All right.
Looking at the points race this year,
it's 16.
Faber is 16 behind. So he would need to close the gap a little bit if you're just looking at points. And that's the only metric that you're using to analyze. How about this, though? Faber only has 1 less assist than Bedard.
Okay. And?
The defensemen don't score goals.
Yeah.
And he still does. Also, fun fact.
He has 7. Hold on.
Some numbers out there.
Yeah, and we can throw those numbers out there. He has 7, and he also has Kirill Kaprizov, let alone the other names I can throw in there. Do you want me to name more of your stars you have?
I mean, Matt you could, but I'm also going to tell you that a lot of them were out injured for a good chunk of the year.
But are they still there?
Some, no.
How long was Kaprizov injured?
I think he missed 8 games, I think.
That's not. Yeah.
He missed 8. Spurgeon has been out since like November. Okay. Brodin missed a good chunk of time. Like, he kept this team afloat. The fact that they are 77 games in and still not mathematically eliminated is solely due to Brock Faber.
Yeah. And the fact that our offense has any offense outside of the 6 weeks he was out is kind of ridiculous.
Oh, big whoop. You end up in the third worst draft position instead of the absolute worst.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
He
okay with
did not have as big an impact on his team as Faber has.
By the numbers.
We've gone over this.
Yeah.
By the numbers, Faber has had a bigger impact on his team than Bedard has had on his.
And you have a better team too, though.
I'm not talking about whether the teams are better. I'm talking about their individual impacts. Faber's is better. This is what the numbers say.
Nah.
Yeah. Look them up.
I have.
Clearly you haven't.
I presented you the numbers too of the the impact, not defensively. I get it. He's a minus 38. No one's at
throw that to the side.
Okay.
You can even look at offensive numbers. Look at individual expected goals compared to actual goals. Bedard has actually underproduced by that metric. He has scored fewer goals than expected, and Faber has scored more than is expected.
Because he's a defenseman.
This is goals, just referring to expected goals.
Yeah, his expected goals are always going to be less. The denominator is always going to be lower.
Frequently, for a defenseman, expected goals will be higher than actual goals. For a forward, it's the opposite. Actual goals will be higher than expected. Kirill Kaprizov is something like 13 goals over expected this year. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Like, it's insane the pace he's on. Bedard is under based on expected goals.
Look.
Naturalstattrick.com. Look him up and tell me I'm a liar. Moneypuck.com. Use them too.
Thank you.
Bedard has lived up to expectations.
And then some. But he's also he has to do all of that when there's nothing around him, except for Seth Jones and
Foligno.
Well, an aging Foligno. Thank God he's got the leadership. I'd say Kurashev, but Bedard makes Kurashev. No offense.
And here's the thing. I'll give you this. If Taylor Hall is healthy,
hold on. When we use the word deserve, he absolutely deserves it. So does Brock Faber.
Both are deserving candidates.
So would Luke Hughes.
Faber is more not Luke Hughes.
Well, he's the third. I mean, he's third behind the two of them, I'd assume, right? Right? I know Rossi was third for a little while, but I think that's fallen off.
Mm-hmm. He was a -22 on the Devils. Like, the Devils were supposed to be so good this year.
I know. We've talked ad nauseum. It pisses me off that they weren't as good. I was riding high on them. I mean, look, I had Jack Hughes as the Hart Trophy winner, and really, out of the gate, I called that out of the gate. He had that thing of, what did I say? It was like something like 20 points in his first 8 or 10 games, something ridiculous. Like, it was insane.
Next year is the Sharks' year for the number 1 pick.
I mean,
Sharks are going to be similarly bad next year.
For Celebrini, they're not.
Except they're okay. This is a recurring bit that I do at the end of every season. Yeah. Oh God.
Right, no, hold on though. Hold on. Of the bottom 3 teams right now that are going to be the best odds to get 1 overall. Which I need to
Chicago, Anaheim,
Anaheim, and San Jose, right? San Jose. Is it still that?
It's still those 3. Columbus is, I think, number 4.
Yes, right. Okay, so of the bottom 4 then, because I'm excluding Chicago, because obviously that's the destination, that's the market that would, give the most benefit. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Take Chicago out of it. Out of Columbus, Anaheim, and San Jose, what of those 3 markets is the best for the first overall pick to go to? Impromptu before we go into picks. That's a fun question I randomly thought of.
I think it's Columbus.
I would actually agree with you.
Yeah.
Because California sports fans aren't actual real sports fans.
The Ducks are the number 8 team in that market in terms of like popularity.
which is crazy because they have like a fun history.
I mean, in no particular order, ahead of them, Lakers, Clippers, Rams, Chargers,
So
USC,
that's what I'm
UCLA,
curious.
LA Kings, Angels. They're at best like number 8 or number 9 in that market, and they're behind college.
Click the thumbs up if you're viewing on YouTube. Get our YouTube views.
Yeah, we don't have any likes yet on this show so far.
No, admittedly though, we need to start doing some YouTube content, not just the lives. We'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree though. I would say Columbus as well. Because again, I have a vendetta against.
If Columbus can bring in
fans.
Todd Nelson from the Hershey Bears to be their next head coach, that will be a playoff team next season. You heard it here first. If they get Todd Nelson, they are going to the playoffs. I said it. I meant it.
That is fair.
He's about to lead Hershey to a second Calder Cup. Like, the Hershey Bears are a wagon right now. They're outstanding.
A wagon of chocolate, perhaps?
Perhaps.
That was a bad joke. It would have been better if I had a gummy. Let's move into picks because I had a damn good week.
You did. I did not. We had 5 games last week. All of them were different. Joel
had a bad weekend.
I went 1-4 on picks last week.
You had a bad week on picks. Water is also wet. Anyway.
Pretty much. But I made my money where it counts, though. I did hit a big parlay this weekend. That was nice.
As did I. I actually, so what I did with this was I parlayed my picks, all 5 of my picks, except I changed one thing that I was a little unsure about that we picked. And instead of going...
You took Colorado on the puck line, or the money line instead of the puck line.
No, I took the Avs on the money line instead of the puck line.
That's what I said.
Oh, no, you said...
I said you took Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Which would be the Avs on the money line instead of the puck line.
Maybe I'd be more focused with the gummy.
Maybe. Getting squirrely over there on me.
I also screwed up and didn't turn my light on behind me, so it's very dark right now.
Yeah, that changed in a hurry, but I kind of like the vibes.
I got the ring light; it's working. If there's a ghost,
well, and we've got light side, dark side on the screen here too, so it works out.
Something dark side.
Something complete.
But yes, I parlayed those picks, and actually I'll pull up. The only thing I changed, Mark, thank you, because your Bruins were actually a thing I changed. Didn't I not take the Bruins?
Because you took they had Carolina last week, actually.
Yeah, I took Carolina.
And you took Carolina. And I took Boston, so thank you, Mark. That was the one I got right last week.
And that was the one I got wrong last week. But on the parlay, I changed it and took the Bruins instead. So that was a nice hit for me. 5-leg parlay. I haven't had a 5-leg parlay in a long time.
There you go.
Thank you to the Bruins, Penguins, Avs, Preds, and Kings. Speaking of the Preds, I am going to the Preds-Hawks game this Friday.
I got to get the numbers up here because I managed a nice little 7-legger the other day.
Very good.
Best I've ever done. I've not hit more than 4 on a parlay before, so that was a good one.
I think I've only ever hit 5. 5 is my limit. I just have, or my best. Unless I hit it. Did I hit an 8 once? I might have hit an 8 once actually. Didn't win that much though, because I think I only bet like $1. It sounds like there's an 8-leg parlay. This ain't gonna hit.
All right, let me see if I can get it in the app here. But Joel, why don't you introduce our first game because it involves your team.
Yes, it does. The Blackhawks plus 1.5 at the St. Louis Blues. Minus
you almost got through without barfing.
Yeah, minus 1.5 plus 112. Oh man. I mean, how much time do you need? I can drag this answer out as long as I need to, but I already know my answer.
Well, start by looking at where the teams are at in the standings and how close the
On
Blues are
it.
to a playoff spot if they're going to get in.
On it.
Spoiler alert.
So, yes, the spoiler alert. Thank God. Yeah, so they are now 5 points out of the second wild card spot. Vegas randomly down in that second wild card spot. Nashville up ahead of them, which really. Oh, side note, going to that game against the Preds on Friday, I thought maybe we would have a fun game, but they'll probably kick our ass at this point. They're clearly hot. Anyway, yeah, the Blues are 5 points out of wild card spot. Blues at home are 23-13-2, and that's regardless if they're good, bad, or mid. They usually play pretty well at home. And then the Hawks, of course, we are second to last in the league. On the road, we are a whopping 7-30-1.
Well, didn't you have like a 20-something game streak without a road win or something like that?
It was 20. I want to say it ended at 25 or 6. 25 or 6. It was bad.
So by the way, here was the 7-legger. I picked Detroit on the money line at home against the Sabres. Wild on the money line on the road against the Blackhawks. Hurricanes on the money line against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Coyotes money line at the San Jose Sharks. Predators money line at the Devils. Rangers puck line against Montreal. And then, believe it or not, the Blues nearly screwed me on this parlay, going to overtime against the Anaheim Ducks. But they won. I had Blues money line. Blues held on, and that's a 7-legger for the win.
Yeah. So anyway, on that, on
Feels
the pick here, we are. If you're picking money line, don't, because the Blues are probably minus like 250. Because
value is not going to be there for that game on the money line.
Terrible. We're terrible on the road. However, I'm going to ride with my boys for the bit, and we're going to cover.
Blues money line for that game. Why is you being?
Sorry, maybe not minus 250. I'm going to say it's fine. I'm not looking. I'm going to say like minus 215, 225. Minus 220.
You're saying minus 220?
I'm going to go back to 215.
Minus 250 is closer. They're minus 240.
Yikes.
That's not betting value.
That's because we're bad on the road.
According to Money Puck and their playoff odds, the Blues are currently at a 0.2% chance to make the playoffs.
Good.
If they win the next game in regulation, it goes up to 0.26.
I got to tell you, obviously they're not going to make it, but like we do play spoiler quite well towards the end of the season, as last season told you.
You do. You spoiled things for the Penguins. You spoiled things for Columbus.
And we spoiled things for the entire league by getting those extra points and getting Connor Bedard.
You did. Thanks, asshole. You know what? Blues, you saved my parlay. You bailed me out. I'll ride with you again. Give me the Blues to cover.
You're an embarrassment to hockey.
On a bonus bet, too.
Oh, by the way, it's funny that I bash the Blues so much because obviously I hate them. But I sent it. I sent this. I should have saved this for the show. Maybe I will find it and tweet it out of our account. Of some account that did like a fan base like ranking of like best, like nicest to like good God, I hate them. And what was very correct is Blues fans are like really cool. And that makes it so much harder for me to just absolutely despise them because their fans are usually pretty decent people. Now, as for Wild fans, they're all just fucking horrible.
Yeah, we suck. We're the worst.
You guys are dicks.
Game number 2. Quite possibly, I'm not even messing around. Like, this is the game of the night.
Oh my God!
With all of the
yeah.
playoff implications on the line for both of these clubs, Vegas, who is currently 1 point back of that number 3 spot in the Pacific Division.
Mm-hmm.
Edmonton has 2 games in hand on Vancouver and has an outside shot to catch for the number 1 spot.
Wow,
in the
they
Pacific
really
Division.
do. 5 points out.
5 points out.
2 games in hand. Wow.
Yeah, it's close. Massive playoff implications. Not to mention, if Vegas wins, this potentially could be a first-round playoff matchup. This game has all of the makings of an instant regular season classic. Joel, who you got in this one?
My Stanley Cup favorite. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna roll with my second team. Give me the Oilers at home. I think they want that 1 seed very badly, and I think they're hungry for it.
They can't get the 1 overall in the West, but the 1 overall in the division.
The 1 overall in the division.
Those first 2 is key. Especially looking at overall records this year. Edmonton at home, 26-8-3. Vancouver at home, 26-9-4. Kings at home, 19-11-7. Vegas at home, 24-11-2. The other teams in this division are so good at home. You have to be able to try and get a home game if you can.
Yep.
I'm with you for that reason. I'm going to go Edmonton, but man, this is going to be a good one.
Oh, agreed. I'm gonna. Is this one on TNT?
Great question.
If it's not, the schedule makers are.
I would think it would be because it's Wednesday night, so
it is. It's on TNT.
It
and
is TNT.
Max and HBO Max.
How about that?
Nice.
And both of the other 2 have been relegated to ESPN Plus. That's the only one that they're going to show. And that is because the late game is the Arizona Coyotes and the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, my dear God. Well,
yeah,
you
don't want to know money line for this one.
Well, I mean, the Coyotes are chippy, though. They're frisky.
It's actually worse money line odds than Blues and Blackhawks.
Really? I mean, it's because Vancouver's just a juggernaut.
Vancouver's a wagon. Minus 250 on the money line.
No, it's not
plus 202 on Arizona.
It's not much worse. It's only 10 less, or it's only 10 worse.
It is, but still. Worse.
Now, my gut really tells me to take Arizona to cover just because they really are chippy and they are scrappy. They find ways to score even when they're not really that good of a team. They're all right. With that said, though, it's the Canucks. I'm going to do it. I think Canucks can cover. I think they can do it. As chippy as the Coyotes are, I just think that they just don't have enough and they just won't be able to hold on for that long. And even if it's just, 3-2 going into the third and empty netter makes it 4-2, something like that. Like that, yeah.
I'm with you here. Canucks to cover at plus money, like
seems like decent value there.
Yeah, it's not a
huge
return, but it's enough.
That's the thing. There is a reason for it. It is because the Coyotes have shown that they can play with anybody. They're not going to win most of the time, but they can at least stick with you a little bit. They're not ready. They're not good enough yet to find the way to the actual dub, but they can stick with you. But okay.
The Coyotes just played the Canucks. Granted, this was in Arizona. 2-1 hockey game. Coyotes have won 4 of their last 6, including an 8-4 win over the Predators and a 7-4 win over Vegas.
See?
Spicy.
Right. But I double down just because now Edmonton is kind of hot on Vancouver's tail. So, the fire is slowly coming up a little bit to their ass lately. All right. So to recap, We gotta change. I ain't gonna lie, I almost did it too, but I'm gonna stick to my guns here.
I'm so torn on this one.
Dan, what's our old season 1 slogan?
I was gonna try and goad you into it, and I couldn't. Now I'm trying not to goad myself into it.
And it's the same team too. We still do for the bit. We still do it, but now it's the OG team for the bit.
Bring it on, Coyotes for the bit. I'm in. Let's do it. Ride with Arizona tomorrow, plus 1.5.
The pride and joy of Mullet Arena. By the way, we didn't talk about this. Did you see the proposed plans for their new stadium in Phoenix?
Yes. There was the video that came out, and this one that broke just a couple days ago. They're going to bid on a potential arena site at a land auction that's at the end of June. So they might have a 95-acre parcel of land in North Phoenix that they could theoretically use as the site for their new arena.
And that rendering, I get it. Renderings always look way better. I get it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. But if they can even execute 75% accuracy of that rendering, I absolutely want to be. Yeah, I want to go to a game there. That looks sick.
Not to put you on the spot with this one, but if Arizona isn't able to get that land deal,
I disagree.
And tying into Mark's comment here,
Arizona's so hot. Arizona.
Are the Coyotes like? Is this the last straw? Like, is it get this land or bust for Arizona?
I think it is.
I completely agree.
We can talk about Bettman's stupid, like that's his golden child project thing. It doesn't matter.
He wants it there, and if the Coyotes leave, like there will be another team with a different ownership group that comes in within 5 years and is ready to get things going.
Yeah.
Because I think part of it right now is just the ownership group is not well liked and well received, and that's part of why they're having so many problems.
Well, that and it's Arizona. It's a big retirement area, and it's a lot of the kind of calling a spade a spade. It's a lot of the old timers not wanting all that foot traffic. It's a big reason why they got denied on a couple of the other sites. So.
It's a point to consider. Yeah.
All right. So recap. I got you. To recap, Dan is taking the Coyotes to cover for the bit.
Let's go.
I am taking the Canucks to cover, or -1.5. Dan and I are both taking Edmonton on the money line. And I am taking the Hawks to cover against the Blues, while Dan is taking the Blues to cover their spread.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll parlay this and ride my luck. And now that I just said that, I'll go 0-3. Anyway.
And somehow you would still end up with more wins than me for the pick segment.
Yes.
Because that's how this has gone this year. This is, by far, the worst of my 3 years doing picks on this show.
Put that back up, actually. Yeah. I am one away from going 500. I didn't think that was going to be attainable. So
a big 4-1 week last week really
helped.
That turned your fortunes around for the year.
And literally, if I would have done it how I did the parlay, it would have been 5-0.
Yeah,
that's all right. All right.
Good show.
Well, Dan, think that's about it.
I guess so. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, commented throughout the show. We had a bunch of them rolling through, and they're even still coming through here. So thank you to everybody who tuned in, commented tonight. As a reminder, we are available on demand on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Give us the 5-star rating, or if not, tell us why you're not giving us the 5-star rating so we can bump that rating up. We like to call ourselves a 5-star podcast with a 5-star audience. I think the world of you guys, everybody tuning in every week. Really appreciate you. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow us there as well at Snipe Celly.
I know the reason why if we don't get a 5-star review. It's because I started wearing my hat forwards.
That was a game changer.
Doesn't even matter what happens. I know I'm a backwards hat person.
Next show will be next Tuesday, April 16th. Same time, same place, same
This
host.
time I will take a gummy before. So then
Allegedly.
I'll really be chipper. No, because I'll have the computer. I will be broadcasting live on our next episode from my newly built computer next week.
There you go.
Which you were able to see through half the show. Now you can't see shit.
Yeah, we'll get Joel's lighting issues resolved for next week too. So that's it for tonight. He's Joel. I'm Dan. Enjoy your night, everybody.
Bye.